¿Qué onda? And welcome back to the channel. My name is David. Today, I'm back on that Fuji train with the Fujifilm X100V. I caved. I missed the Fuji system too much. But in order to curb gas, even though this was more or less a purchase because of gas, I bought the X100V so I don't have to buy lenses. And I gotta say, I'm actually quite impressed with the 35mm full frame equivalent lens on this 23mm f2. There's just something so magical and special about that lens. It's so sharp, and I love how discreet the camera is, and like having the X-Pro2 and the 3 and then selling it all and then going to this, it's kind of like my everyday carry camera. I've come to really appreciate what this camera is and what it could do. And I mean, just look how sharp the photo is of this cat. Like, look at that kitty. It kind of looks like my Sophia. But yeah, just another bright day in Old Pasadena. As you guys know, I work in the area, so I'm always out here just taking photos, and kind of quite busy today. Also, the footage is a little over the place because I only packed a small sling bag with the camera and my GoPro, so I just mounted the GoPro on the hot shoe. But the chesty mount will return, probably in the next one. And yeah, just kind of getting warmed up, kind of getting the feel for the camera. Like I said, like I've really come to appreciate the camera for what it is now that I don't have any of the other Fuji systems. And I feel like I've wanted an everyday carry camera. Not necessarily like the X-Pro2 or 3, just something that is super like pocketable and pocket friendly, and I could just throw it in a small sling bag and it's still a capable camera. And the X100V just really ticks all the boxes. Also, apologies, my allergies are acting up. But yeah, like there's just something so awesome about how simple this setup is. And I mean, the photos I'm getting out of this are ridiculously good, like sharp, or ridiculously good looking. Zoolander fans, anyone? Oh, okay. I still haven't seen the second Zoolander. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't regret my purchase. I feel like I was telling Neto, because Neto's like, oh, I'm so happy you finally bought the camera. And like, I can't believe it took you 2 years to pull the trigger on it. I'm like, yeah, actually. And I thought about it in our conversation. I was telling him, like, I think it's because I already had the other two cameras that I kind of overlooked this one. And mind you, the X-Pro2 and the X-Pro3 were fantastic cameras, and the glass that Fuji makes is fantastic. I still wish the autofocus was just a little bit better, but having the screen on this camera that tilts out and then like I kind of like shoot waist level with it, similar to the X-Pro3s, but I can still see what's going on. I didn't realize that's something I really truly missed on the Fuji camera, and I feel like that's why I'm getting better photos, kinda, sorta, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it just feels good to be back. And like I can't believe how hard it is to find anything nowadays with the supply chain issues. Like I got really lucky with this one. I literally went on Facebook, and this camera store that's in Long Beach posted literally 30 minutes prior to me going on Facebook that they had one. And I saw that it was like posted like about 30 minutes ago. So I called them up, and they're like, yeah, we still got it. And I'm like, all right, hold it for me. I'll be down there in like 40 minutes. So I drove almost an hour to Long Beach, because when I say 40 minutes, but because we live in LA, you really mean like an hour, because there's always traffic, and there was a lot of traffic going to and back. But I got my camera, and yeah, now I'm going to just be pumping out some POV videos with this baby. I'm also posting more shorts, if you guys haven't noticed. I have so many videos that I just posted on Instagram and TikTok, so I was like, okay, I think I'll just start throwing them here and see what happens, because a couple of them actually did really well, which is crazy. But to change the subject real quick, let's talk fanboys, because oh boy, fanboys. So I don't know if you guys saw the DP review video about the whole bokeh comparison thing with medium format, APS-C, and full frame, and I guess they pissed off a lot of people. They said that everything kind of looks the same. And a lot of the Fujifilm fanboys were like, no, like, you guys are wrong because of this, and that. It's like, dude, it's just a freaking opinion. It's a constructive opinion. And honestly, like, your client at the end of the day isn't going to give a flying F about the bokeh in the photo. They just want the results that they're expecting to get because they hired you, because they're paying you a lot of money to do your job, not to like drool over bokeh. And then very recently, I don't know if you guys saw the whole thing with Canon rumors, where Craig's actually selling the company because he's been harassed to infinity over the years. And very recently, I guess they started going after, like, making threats to him and his family, which is really messed up, over some opinions on cameras and stuff. However, I will say, and I'll preface this, that I don't condone the actions that he did on Twitter, because he went after a bunch of YouTubers like Gerald Undone, which I don't know why you would pick a fight with Gerald Undone. He seems like the nicest man out there, and he makes some fantastic videos. Like, I watch his videos a lot of the times when I'm like just wanting to see what, you know, some of the other camera brands like Sony and Nikon are doing with their cameras. So I don't condone him lashing out at people on Twitter. But conversely, you could also say, well, maybe he was pushed to that point because of all the criticism and attacks that he's gotten. Regardless, just don't bring in somebody's family over an opinion on cameras. It's not good, and I don't think that it's a healthy thing for the industry. Like, I really hate that everyone's so focused on the gear now. It's all about the gear, and like, yes, the gear is an important part of a photographer or videographer's kit, because it's the tools that we use to make content. But like, when did everyone get so hyper focused on that and not the art of, say, photography or the art of creating videos or cool content? It's kind of like an afterthought now, and it's just really sad that like there's so much toxicity in this industry. I mean, you could say the same thing with any fandom: Star Wars, Pokemon, Undertale, because I know that one's really toxic. Five Nights at Freddy's fandom's really toxic. You know, just to name a few. Also, that guy had a Q. You know, and it's really sad to see that we're not really enjoying things anymore, because we're so focused on like, oh, well, what camera are you using? Oh, you're not using the camera I'm using. Well, like, F you suck, and your camera's trash. Or, you know, let's say somebody shoots APS-C, and then somebody that's shooting on medium format, it's like, oh, well, you don't understand the glory of medium format because you shoot crop sensor or you shoot full frame. It's like, bro, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. And I just don't get why it's okay for people to criticize others and judge them based off of the camera that they're using, because they decided to buy this camera. Maybe it was all they could afford. And like, I made a rant yesterday about it on Instagram. You can't just buy your way into becoming a better creative. You have to like grind it out, practice your craft, and then get the experience from booking gigs, and then failing, and then rinse, repeat. You know, there's no secret way to get good. Buying a Sony A1 or a Canon R5 or a Nikon Z9 isn't automatically going to make you a better photographer. Like, if you don't have the technical skills, it doesn't matter what camera you're owning. Your photos or your videos aren't going to be good. And putting other people down based off of like the fact that they say shoot Nikon or they shoot Pentax or they shoot Fujifilm is stupid. It really is stupid. And I just really wish more people would kind of call this out on YouTube, because it's such a toxic behavior. And going back to the whole thing with Canon rumors, it's like the guy got harassed to the point where like he just felt that it was right to just basically sell the website and quit. Again, I don't condone the actions that he did on Twitter with lashing out at people like Gerald Undone or whoever else, because I don't use Twitter, because I think Twitter's just for babies. Everyone just goes on there to cry about stuff or complain about something. And I think so. I don't condone his actions there because these people weren't doing anything to him, but like I said, don't start threatening children over cameras, over a rumor that may or may not have been true, over an opinion on cameras. Like who the hell do you think you are for doing such a thing? But yeah, I think that's just kind of like my mindset with this whole fanboy thing. And I always say, I have my biases with Canon and Fuji because those are the two current systems I own. I enjoy shooting with them. But I've also shot with Sony, and I've shot with Pentax and Panasonic. I still haven't shot with Olympus or Nikon or Leica because Leica is just way out of my budget. But I try to use different camera systems over the years just to kind of get an idea of like, okay, well, what is it like on the other with a different system? And we end up keeping the ones we enjoy. So maybe you like Canon and then you picked up a Sony and you liked Sony better and you switched to Sony. That's fantastic. Great for you. Like, I'm not going to crap on you for picking up a camera that suits your needs, because that's the thing a lot of people forget, is that your needs are different than my needs, and everyone has different needs. So maybe a Canon camera might not necessarily fit those needs. Maybe a Nikon will, or maybe a Sony or a Leica. I don't know. Like, your needs are different than mine, and that's okay. It's okay to have a difference of opinion in cameras. It's okay not to shoot with the same camera that everybody's using nowadays, whether it be Sony or Fujifilm or Nikon or whatever. It's okay. You don't have to go out and buy the same camera. And again, like I said, having the best camera doesn't automatically make you a better creative, because if you don't have those technical skills to fully utilize those cameras, then those skills, the footage or photos you take aren't going to shine, and you just got to grind it out. That's it. Like that is literally the way to get good at anything in life, is just repetition and practice. It's like going to the gym. You go there every day to work out, to potentially lose weight and build some muscle, but you have to do that, a few times a week, let's say 3 to 4 times a week, and then also make sure you're eating healthy, and just kind of like having a balanced diet to get those results, to start seeing maybe some of the fat loss or the muscles being built. But it's the same thing with photography and video. It's like the more you do it, the better you're gonna get. Like when I first started doing POV videos, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and now almost a little over, I want to say like a year and a half, almost 2 years now. I have a better idea, but I still don't know what I'm doing. So, and I'm probably going to just get better as the days go on. Like, I'm just going to be a little bit better than I was before, and that's okay. Anyways, apologies for the rambling, but I know you guys come here for the rambles. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. I am happy to be back on the Fujifilm game. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, double tap the dislike button twice. Trust me, it works. And go ahead and slap the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hasta luego.